And Gaurav's going to give us the introduction. Here we go.
So
Pointer.
a pointer.
Point with this or something. Just so your
Oh,
hand
so that
doesn't
my
fall.
hand's not in the way.
Yeah.
All
Can you
right.
see that?
Oh, this pink is maybe better.
Yeah, pick
Mhm.
All right. So the projector's over here in the front, and it's pointing out that way. It has two intake fans, one in the front over here, and one in the side over here, and that's why we have this vent over here with this kind of mesh. It's got an HDMI cable connected, which goes all the way under here to the Panda board here. It's got a coaxial power source, which is connected from here to the power box over here, 19 volts. And that's the board, which should fire 19 volts. Right now it's not working. So that's the projector. Then we've got the Wiimote camera inside over there. You can't see it right now, but there's the IR infrared filter. The circuit board's in there. It has a it has a set screw that locks it down to this wooden block over here. Sorry, I was trying to here. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah, and that is mounted onto the front panel to hold this, make it rigid. Then this 6-pin cable comes over, goes to the FPGA, and that controls the logic for the wand.
Just talk about the polarity of the cable.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. So this little paw print that's on the left edge of the cable, that goes to the VCC pin on the FPGA, and it's the same for the circuit board. If you look inside right now, you can't see it. There's one of the solder joints is a square, and that's the VCC terminal. So you want the paw print to match over there too, the VCC. Then the FPGA also has a serial to USB cable. That's this. That goes all the way to the Panda board. Something interesting that I just learned today was that these blue things that just look like plastic covers are actually jumpers. So if you pull them off or connect them in the wrong way, the FPGA won't work. So this one here is connected to JP2, jump 2, and there's nothing on JP1. This one over here is connected on ROM, nothing on PC. So just, yeah, that's Peter's configuration. So, let's see. And then there's a 2-pin female connector for the power source of the FPGA, which goes all the way to coax over here. That's
How many volts?
That's 5 volts too. It runs off USB usually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if that's loose, that's one thing to fix. One thing about these cables that we've been using, the wire with the lines are apparently positive, and the ones without the lines are negative. That's how they got mixed up on the speakers. Because by convention, usually, like, on capacitors, if there's lines, it's negative. But over here, it's reversed for some reason. Forrest figured that out. Then we have the speaker over here. We have 2 pairs of speakers, so left, right, and left, right. And each one has its own sound board, which is the green board, one here and one here. Now, the soundboard has some connections that are important. This one over here with the yellow heat shrink is the auxiliary cable. So that goes all the way under, and if you see this green auxiliary cable, 3.5 millimeter jack, that goes to the audio splitter that's connected to the Panda board. And obviously the other side of the splitter goes to the other speaker's soundboard. So then the speakers are connected such that the soundboard powers one directly, and the other one is connected via its own auxiliary, which is this white plug. It's the same on each side. It's just a mirror image, identical. And then these black wires over here are the power wires, and they are powered by 5 volts right here. That's coax. Okay, so then the fan, we've got an intake fan over here. No, sorry. The intake fan is over here. And you can tell that by the fact that the sticker side is the side that it blows out. So that intakes and blows out, and then this one is the exhaust fan. So it sucks in all the hot air and blows out this way. And these are powered with these 4-pin connectors, but we're only using two of the pins. So the black is ground and the yellow is positive, or the higher voltage, and that's wired over here. So if you ever forget what these wires are, so you can say that black is always ground usually, and you can see that it's connected to the wire without the lines. Yeah, so that's there. So this is the power box over here. Right now this circuit board has nothing on it and it's not operational. It was for the 19 volt, which we don't have installed, but these two over here are the buck converter circuits. So they pull down 12 volts to 5 volts to power the speakers, the FPGA, and the Panda board. And they're all connected for us out of these. This gets really hot. That there gets really hot. And then
Which one gets hot?
this one.
Yep.
Yeah. What else?
Ethernet, USB, Panda board.
Yeah, so Panda board has a few connections. The Ethernet, which is over here, it's just an extension so that someone can plug in from the outside of the box. And then a USB hub, which is this whole thing over here, connect to the outside of the box. Just make sure that the switches are put on the USB hub. Yeah. I don't know if this is on or off, but it's easy to figure out when it's running.
Here are the switches.
Yeah. And did I miss anything?
What's the
think
third
most of
or
it.
the second USB from the Panda board?
That's to the serial connector that goes to the FPGA, so for its communication line.
Beside them is the HDMI input.
Yes.
And then the
HDMI.
other side is the
Power, 5 volts, and that's the audio splitter. So the bottom jack is the jack you want. We just figured out yesterday.
Okay.
The top jack's mic, and I think,
Okay.
yeah.
And what about the SD card?
And the SD card. Oh.
So when we have a camera, then the top will be the audio input for recording, or
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the SD card we're going to be using, because the 32 gig doesn't work, but it goes right there. It's just an old corrupt one. You need to get like a little kid who has little fingers to do this. It's there. Oh, on the Panda board, this is the power and on and reset button.
Okay.
That's important to know. I'm not sure what this is exactly. We don't use it that much, but this is the power on and reset. It says there in little letters. What are the little things do you need to know? These volumes need to be turned to full clockwise.
Because we can't yet control the volume.
No, we can control it digitally. That's why we're keeping
Oh,
it
you keep it full.
full on
Yeah,
mechanic.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah. And you can ignore these because we're not using a lot of stuff there. And anything
Sounds
else?
good.
No.
Why do we have to have
Do you
the
have any
FPGA?
questions? If you have any questions.
Why are these on two separate boards? This might be a stupid question.
So I
So
don't
the
understand
FPGA
it fully,
changes
but
the Wii camera on one side for the wand through the Wii camera into what looks like a mouse.
Okay.
Mouse click. So all this logic in the FPGA is doing that.
yeah, it's apparently very basic binary logic in there.
Really?
Yeah.
But we programmed it.
But yeah, Peter
How
programmed
do you
that.
how do you do that?
I'm not asking.
There's a whole nother language I have to learn.
Wow.
He was actually like calculating
Doing
ones and
binary.
zeros, and
Oh
I
my
was like really
goodness.
surprised that
Okay,
it's going
that's
down.
cool.
Yeah, to that.
That's
And-
Luma.
That's Luma, right?
Yeah, where's the baby Luma number one?
Here, put the